I would hope it doesn't sound like a ferret with no shoulders in here. But if it does, I'm pretty sure we can fix it. Of course. Hopefully the stream finds you guys well tonight. If not, hopefully it gets better. Cyraxx and him forgetting to turn off his chat. That was super long ago. I don't give a shit about that. Let's find something else. Wait. Cyraxx sung The Sound of Silence? No way. There was something I wanted to watch. Something I was watching earlier that just it perplexed me so much about Cyraxx. Oh, here it is. Okay.
It's still more than you make in your music.
Hold up.
That's besides the point.
We need to go back a little bit. Okay, so my whole life I've been taught you don't speak to like your elders the way Cyraxx seemingly speaks to his mom or his grandma, right? My mom, she punched like she was throwing a softball. And I saw her like punch a refrigerator so hard one time. It like blew a foot. I swear, bro. So I've always been taught you like respect people, and the way Cyraxx just talks to his grandma. Oh my lord. So spark one up and let's listen to this fucking boglum, this gollum ass fucking goblin.
What? Yeah. You told me to throw it in the dryer. Yeah, you told me to throw it back in the dryer. No, you told me to throw it on 60 in the dryer. That's what I did. Oh, yes, I did. Marie, you want to bring it in the bedroom? Remember?
Okay, but I can't do anything about the audio issues. So those are what they are.
Yeah, I haven't touched it since. No, these motherfuckers that are fucking with our family need their heads checked. Not me. Not right now. I'm trying to get these motherfuckers heads. They need to leave me the fuck alone and our family alone. Protecting our family is more important, thank you. Mom, Stowe ended up in the fucking hospital because of this guy. How do we know that we're how do we know that we're not next? You need to think about that. Scully's in the fucking hospital with a bullet in his goddamn brain right now. How do we know that we're not next?
That's not true, is it?
How do you fucking know?
How do you know? How do
It
you
ain't a game,
know?
Mom. It's not a
It's not a
fucking game.
game.
No, we're not friends in the goddamn hospital right now. The best thing I can do is call these motherfuckers out. That's the best thing I can do.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up.
That's what you fucking think.
Ew. Okay. Bro, what the fuck was that? Bro, I just heard like a loud thud. I need to go check outside. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go make sure somebody didn't knock my fucking trash cans over. Alright. Let's get back to Cyraxx, I guess.
I protect this goddamn family from this asshole, which is more.
Okay, so I can almost guarantee, right? Let me put my psychologist hat on, right? This guy has severe Asperger's. Um Guaranteed schizophrenia, you know. Delusion. Um like not just delusion, but it's delusion to the point where he is questioning whether or not his reality is his reality or not. Because he's starting to like question who he is as a person, right? And I can honestly I can see that. I've been I've been watching Cyraxx for a little bit before I wanted to start talking about him. Um, and I've been researching him and I know what everybody has done to him, right? But independently of all of that, I genuinely believe like Cyraxx is mentally disabled. Like 100%. He has delusion, right? He has manic depressive episodes. He's paranoid schizophrenic, absolutely. He has Asperger's. He has high function other he has to have some other form of high functioning autism, you know? And then you tack on like his physical appearance. It's just like it's a recipe for a life of self-induced hardship because on top of everything, on top of everything, from what I've seen of Cyraxx, he's a complete narcissist. Like absolute narcissist. Believes like his shit don't stink. He bel he he's so much worse than Daniel Larson because you know Daniel Larson has mental issues. But I don't think Cyraxx is in a home, right? That meets his psychological needs, right? Somebody like Cyraxx should be in a adult foster home where they specialize in adult care because just throwing him in his room, right, and ignoring him 19 hours of the day, right, isn't helping the guy. It's obvious that he has some kind of self isolationist problem where he feels dejected from his own life and he has to seek a life elsewhere. And now that the life that he's sought out for himself, right, is dejecting him the way his real life did, he feels it's basically the man without a nation, right? He has nowhere to go, nobody to go to, nobody to say, oh, that's my friend, because even his friends have turned his back on him. And this is no way me making excuses for Cyraxx. Again, this is just me trying to analyze, right? Who I think Cyraxx is as a person. Because I think that's important. Because if you're gonna make fun of his problem, you have to at least explain that you understand what his problems are. At least I feel. And that's what I feel his problems are. I think he's in a very negative situation for him, and the people around him don't care because they're either getting some form of payment for taking care of him for being a disabled adult and getting food stamps, and they might, it might be an only use me blade situation where only use me blades getting take or paid to take care of his mom. They're getting paid to take care of him. Almost absolutely. I mean, because if they're on food stamps and public assistance, you know, when my mother went in to get assistance for my brother who is physically disabled, um, she was offered the same thing, but she turned it down because my mother actually works. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, but it kind of seems like it is. Right? They throw him in that room and they give him the computer and the Xbox, right, and the internet to satiate him, right? And placate to his delusion, right? But it's not helping him. I think if anybody is to blame for the situation that Cyraxx is in, it's not Cyraxx, the mentally disabled man. It's not the internet for being the internet. It's Sally for not being an attentive parent, if you will, to a mentally disabled man who is mentally regressed or like stunted at the age of like 14. And yes, you can say, well, don't you have all those things in the background? Yes, I do. But I'm also an adjusted adult who works 40 hours a week, who busts his ass every day at his job. I don't sit on here and racks out, you know. But that's just the way I feel about it. I don't think that, you know, and I'm not gonna morally grandstand here. That's not what I'm trying to do. So if that's what it sounds like I'm doing, please tell me to shut up. But you know, I don't think Cyraxx is to blame for his situation. He's to blame for the actions he's taken. Absolutely. Because they've proven that he knows right from wrong. The Wings 007 sting proved that Cyraxx knows what he's doing. And you can't refute that anymore. It is what it is. You are what you are, you know? And Tibbs, for as weird as this person was, you know, actually got him to admit it. So at least there was one thing that came of that situation. I mean, other than the hilarity of watching two grown men break up with each other who've never met and have only played Grand Theft Auto with each other, it was fucking comedy gold, you know? So round of applause. But I don't get how I don't get how the cops have been there multiple times and the state hasn't gotten involved. How adult foster care hasn't gotten involved. Or not adult foster care, but it's like it's like CPS but for mentally disabled or physically disabled adults. I don't know what it's called in his state where he lives. And honestly, I couldn't tell you what it's called here in the state where I live either, so I don't fucking know. But I know what it is, you know? There's this like agency that goes around and checks on disabled adults in situations like that, you know? I don't understand how they haven't been reported because it's clear that that Sally's taking advantage of him, of his situation. And she's not obviously not trying to get him the help that he needs by drugging his drinks and making him so fucking drugged out that he's sitting there drooling on himself, bro. And again, I'm not making excuses for Cyraxx. This is me just trying to explain how I feel. You know, I feel like Sally is a horrible fucking person. A horrible fucking person. And yeah, you can say, well, she takes care of her disabled grandson. No, I don't believe she does because he gets food stamps. He has to get some sort of social security because he's clearly not mentally capable of holding down a job. He has to get some kind of disability. He has to. And I feel that that's why they keep him around instead of going and getting him institutionalized to get him the mental help that he needs. Because if you institutionalized Cyraxx, right, and put him somewhere where he couldn't be on the internet, I believe you could snap him out of the delusion that the internet has got him in. But you would have to be proactive about that. And that money would go away if he was to get better. So I feel like Sally is incentivized, right? To keep him in this situation. As much as people say, "Oh, she hates it." Yeah, she might hate it, but there's obvious reasons why she puts up with it. I mean, I don't believe that they just keep him around, right? Out of the kindness of their heart. He's a grown fucking man. I don't believe they just keep him there out of the kindness of their heart. I don't. There has to be some incentive for them.
More than what anybody else does. Oh, yes, it does. I do a lot of fucking more than you fucking think.
And see, when my brother has his episodes, This is the way he acts, right? He gets mad and aggressive. All you have to do is speak to him calmly, right? And you have to explain the situation calmly and concisely, right? And you might have to just sit down. Sit down and talk, you know? Just forcing the situation and getting in their face and yelling at them isn't helping the situation. It isn't. It's detrimental to somebody with Asperger's to tell them not to do something when they're having an episode because all they're going to want to do is do it more. What you need to do is try to get them onto something else. Say, okay, well, if they're causing that problem right now, right? Let's you and I go and research what we can do, right? To see if we can get this to go away instead of just letting him sit in there and yell at the top of his lungs. Yeah, would that might not be what you would want to do at that given moment. Sure, you might not want to do that, but you're a parent of a mentally disabled man. You have to placate to them sometimes. You have to do what they want, like they're a child sometimes. You actually do. And to sit there and just attack him the way she does is ridiculous. I would be ashamed if if I was to speak to my brother the way Sally speaks to Cyraxx. Honestly. You can speak to them as they're if they're adults. Absolutely. But you're not acknowledging his faculties, and you're speaking to him as if he's mentally all there. He's not. He clearly thinks this is serious. And you just saying nope, nope, nope isn't going to do anything. It isn't. He's literally sitting in there pleading for somebody to help him figure out what's real and what's not. And she's just sitting there doing nothing. He's in there crying that he can't figure out what reality is, right? I think Cyraxx honestly needs to be removed from that situation and he needs the help he needs. So we could get him into the kind of facilities that somebody with his problems should be in. And obviously, he should face some kind of legal action for the things he's said. Well, not said, but the things
So
he's done.
fucking what? I still do something. I keep these assholes off our fucking path.
See what I'm saying, though?
And you don't think I don't know that?
He believes it's real. Believes it's real. At that point, Sally needs to say, okay, okay, maybe. What was that? No. Stop. Stop. One sec. Peter, enough. Peter, enough.
You don't think I don't know that? Why do you think I'm trying to get his assholes to back off? I'm trying. But these assholes keep doing this shit.
Throughout January, despite backing away from the trolls, Chance would be insistent on trying to get onto Marty's streams, despite him still not wanting to have anything to do with him. When Chance would be allowed
Shit. My mic was off. So I'm just saying the dude here, if you want close to vanilla, good archived with minimal talking, this guy is perfect. I don't know, he does good compilations. I'll say that. I'll put it here. And everywhere. Oh man, why is my text so small? Oh. There we go. All right. Let's get back to it. I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. Okay, some of these people
him,
I don't
he would
know
try
some
and
of the
convince others
some of the
of
main
Marty's evil
characters, right?
and would flash
I
in
know
order to
Music
try
Biz
and get his
Marty
channel
and
taken down
CBG.
and or sue him, neither of which took place.
Oh, and
However,
then I know of the dude who sent Cyraxx the Xbox, and Allie was supposed to pay for half of it, right? But she didn't pay for any of it.
that these appearances on Marty's show would lead the two of them into agreeing to have a fight in real life, with Chance being very adamant on this occurring.
But he wanted
Despite
to
all
beat
this
the
talk,
girl up?
this resulted in nothing, with Chance being too scared to fight, but that's to be expected. However, something that did come out of this, well, kind of, was a video called Proof Marty is Obsessed, where he talked about how he supposedly went looking for Marty and calls him obsessed because Marty has a true and honest attraction to him.
Marty did not show up when I went out looking for him, which essentially makes him a coward. But that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to prove that Marty is an obsessed fucking monster that wants to ruin my life. Now, these things I'm about to show you are actual legitimate screenshots sent to me by his ex personally.
Oh, this is fucking hilarious.
This is a conversation.
Wait a minute. So, Cyraxx believes that Marty is just fucking in love with him, right? This is some of the best fucking trolling I have ever seen. So, Cyraxx is legitimately scared that Marty just wants to be inside him. Like he wants to wear his skin, bro. Like he's Texas Chainsaw fucking Massacre out here.
Between his ex and him, and this is exactly what she told him. If I can't make that bank, he is my personal property. He is my slave. He belongs to me. Because I always get
trolling.
my way. I don't just want his activities.
Because I always get my way every
for
time.
money. I want everything about him, everything, every part of him, and I will stop at nothing. We belong together forever, till death do us part. He should just accept his fate. We can live a great life together. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. Now, this is where things get disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder.
Like he's really scared. See, and this is what I'm talking about. How can you see, right? Somebody like your family who's disabled, right? Just sitting there pleading with people to leave him alone. And instead of going in there and removing the fucking computer or cutting off the internet and taking one for the team for a while, I don't you sit there and say, "Why do I have to?" Because Cyraxx is your family, right? You're supposedly caring about this person, correct? So why wouldn't you take the hit for a while if you cared about them? Because it's the babysitter, bro. And yes, I know how that sounds. Cyraxx isn't a kid, but it is what it is. That's what she uses it for. So she doesn't have to be in there. So she doesn't have to deal with him. That's
Wonder
appalling.
what he tastes like. I made a move on him by asking him to show me how to make a marker disappear. When he rejected him, I lost my cool. He isn't just my employee, but he is my lover. We don't always get along, but it doesn't matter. Because I always get my way. I don't just want his money. I want everything, yada, yada, yada. I wonder what he tastes like. I mean, sometimes I wonder what that Billy dude had that I didn't. These are all legit text messages from his ex. These are all from his ex. So, Marty, you, my friend, are an obsessed little bitch that needs to be locked up.
One small but interesting gem from just after this event was when Cyraxx turned incredibly libertarian, randomly going off on one of his streams about how the government is unnecessary and that we shouldn't pay taxes in a way that shows he's absolutely knowledgeable about this certain subject. Later that day he would come onto Marty's stream to enlighten Marty, calling him asleep and showing off some genius level math skills to prove his point about how bad taxes are.
Alright, so Marty, let's just get right to the point here, right? Like, I wanna prove a point to not only like help you, but everyone in general, because I do have a point with this. How much, like, all right, first off, what's I'm not asking like your actual address, but like, what's your area code?
What's
Like
your
your zip
area
code.
code? Dude, he's trying
I
to
need to
get
know
at
because
Marty,
there's a
bro.
point to this. What's your area code?
Like my zip code?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a pretty personal question. Cyraxx, why do you ask?
Just trust me, dude. There's a point to it. It'll play into all this. Just trust me.
I don't know, Cyraxx.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better. How much money would you say that you make in an average, like say an average day?
Think about
Like per hour. How much would you
$5.81.
say you make an hour?
I'd say about 3 cents an hour, thereabouts.
3 cents an hour?
Well, yeah, it's still more than you make in your music.
That's besides the point. Like, be real. Like, for your actual job outside of YouTube, like outside of this, what do you actually like? How much do you actually make outside of YouTube? Not counting YouTube as a job. I'm talking regular 9 to 5 job. How much do you average make?
I mean, it's not a ton of money. It's between 20 and 25.
We found him.
All right, so say about $28.25, right? And how much would you say you make in a month?
I wasn't expecting to find him.
I mean, okay, let's call it $4,000.
All right, so $4,000 is 4,000. All right, and taxes usually average out to about what, $2? Like
Wait,
for
one time?
spending, like, all right, in a month, how much would you say you spend in taxes?
I'm not entirely sure. You tell me, tax man.
All right, so let's
I
say
didn't
you
see this
make
far.
about.
So I
Okay,
have no
so
comment on
hang
what's
on.
about to happen.
That equals out to about 115,400 a month, and taxes usually are about. Let's see, they're usually about 163 a month. So times 160. Let's. Let's just do it this. All right, yeah, let's say 169 flat out, just to be.
But
So, in average, if you did
get over
not
here,
pay
dog.
tax,
Come
if you kept every single dime that you make per
$42
month,
million.
you time this number I'm about to show you. Let's go 365. That's about your average per month right there. The larger number times 365 a year, right? Because 365 days in a year.
There are 365 days in a year.
That's how much you could be walking away with if you didn't pay taxes. If you saved up your money and did not pay taxes,
Is that like
that's
$7
how much you could be walking
trillion?
away with, dude.
That looks
Is that like
it's like over
$7
$1 billion.
trillion? Come on.
Exactly.
Come on.
But this is just a flat out question for the both of you guys to think about, all right?
Come on.
For the both of you guys. Matter of fact, for anyone.
Good dog.
You guys bust your ass for that money. You work your asses off every day for that shit, right? Why should you have to pay somebody else money that you fucking busted your ass for and you earned? You earned that money, not them. Why should you pay them for something that you busted your ass for? Think about that. You guys earned that money, not them. That's not their money. That's your fucking money. They didn't fucking earn that money. They're not in the trenches doing your job. No, hold on. I'm putting a point here, man. They're not working your job. They're not doing what you do.
I don't know, guys. I want to laugh. I really want to laugh, bro. But
So why should you pay a bunch of lazy fat fucks that aren't doing nothing but sitting on their asses all fucking day, lining their pockets with the money?
Cyraxx, when you call the police, for example, like the police need to come by and protect you. Like it's what they do.
that's what our taxes
your food
are for,
stamps
homie.
come from taxes. Like, do you want to give up those things?
Explain something. Part of that is true, but a very, very.
When I was a kid, we went through this period of insecurity, I'll say. I was very poor. I remember one month, I had to go to my friend's house to eat because we didn't have any money. Our lights were turned off. We were about to be evicted, bro. We had nothing. We were dirt fucking poor. And I remember saying to myself that day, I'm never gonna do this again. I don't get it. How do people sit there and just like say stupid shit like this?
Very small part of that. I'd say about maybe 1 to 2% goes to that shit. You know where the rest of it goes, Marty? To their fucking pockets.
Bro, I wish that math was right where I was making like $7 trillion just because I didn't pay taxes. But food stamps are a necessity because like there are more people than I could count that go through the same exact experience that I went through, but are saved from that experience because of food stamps. You can say, oh well, I don't want to pay for that. It should be opt-in, it should be X or Y, we're not here to discuss that. But what he's saying is just so fucking stupid. When you get shot, right, and you have to call the cops to get somebody to your house to help you, right? Who's paying for that? Do you want it to be privatized? You want it to be privatized, because if that's the case, then you're never gonna get helped again, Cyraxx. It's counterintuitive to your plight, my dude.
Sadly, on the 19th of March 2022, Marty revealed on
Oh,
stream that Cyraxx had passed away in hospital from sepsis. However, some anonymous person would not let Cyraxx's name rest in peace and would create an AI of Cyraxx and puppet this version around of him on streams. As you likely know, Cyraxx isn't
this part
actually
I
dead.
didn't know.
This was
For
just a
real,
ploy
dude?
because he had left YouTube and was instead creating content on Facebook. However, what makes this so funny is that he did such a poor job of trying to convince everyone that he was actually alive. And whilst I understand this was always a losing battle for Chance,
Oh, look at those shoulders, man. He's built like a tank. You wouldn't want to fight him. I bet he's like as strong as Brock Lesnar, bro. I bet he just jumps in the octagon and like pounds his feet and then just like scares away his opponent because of how big and buff those shoulders are, bro.
he doesn't actually do what was requested, like reading out sports scores.
So, what's this in here about me being dead? Clearly, I'm alive. Clearly.
What the?
What? Like,
Whoa.
dude, I've been alive this whole fucking
Dude,
time,
is that
bro.
the
I've just been
Cyraxx
away
AI?
from YouTube, living my normal life, away from the bullshit. Nothing wrong with that. So, to whoever is sitting there saying that I'm dead, fuck you. For the record, quit making up fucking lies about me. Clearly,
Bro, you want to know the sad part about this? I bet his house is cleaner than DSP's house.
I'm alive, okay? So shut the fuck up and quit making up lies about me, bro.
What can you say to
Grow
that?
up. Shut the fuck up, dude. I don't have fucking time for this. Because unlike your desperate fucking ass, I have a real fucking life to live, okay? So fuck you and fuck anyone that thinks I'm dead. What's the matter, Marty?
People are saying this is an old photo.
So clearly, you pathetic piece of shit, I'm alive. All it is that you're fucking desperate. You can't handle the fact that I'm up here and you're down here. You're desperate, motherfucker.
Wait. Who taught Gollum how to play the guitar? Was it Gandalf?
You've
So
made
my
the same
advice to
video.
you, shut the fuck up. Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck off YouTube and get a life, you fat fucking ugly ass bald bitch. So if I were you, I'd fuck off. You pompous ass little bitch.
Can you say the date? No, okay. I mean, this is just like all the other ones.
Oh, come
Before.
on. Nobody told you to get down.
This is-
Come on.
wow, that's fucked up. It could
Yeah.
just, I mean, somebody in the chat was saying this was like one of those clips that was playing
No.
before a fight with Schmeckel, and it did seem
Lay
kind of
down.
familiar. But like, who would have the talent to like put all these together and shit?
I don't know if Sally and
Peter,
Ed
do you have the
are
talent?
commandeering his social media accounts just to keep the
You have the
enterprise
talent,
alive.
big dog.
If I could get confirmation or a video saying today's date is March 12th and Princeton won by exactly 4 points, then okay. I mean, how many videos could
What you doing, fat
it'd be
chump?
better if he gave the exact
Look
score.
at you big
'cause
dog lug.
He'd have to make like hundreds of videos to cover all the outcomes.
This eventually relented when Cyraxx returned to YouTube, although Chance's anger did not stop, but did change its form, with him wanting Marty to pay him $1,500 for all the content he has done on him. Not much else would happen, other than a couple of confrontations with Gothy,
Oh,
a woman
Lord.
who's constantly methed up and isn't really that interesting by herself, or in the Cyraxx verse. However, something that is more interesting is that Cyraxx was swatted around the 19th of April. Normally in my
that's fucked
videos, I don't mention swattings because they go too far and don't actually produce anything interesting. Although what is different with this one is that the footage of the swatting is readily available to watch. So when Cyraxx came into panels
Wait,
and was talking about
Wait,
how he had
is this the one where he beat the dude with the baseball bat
numerous
and
guns
started
pointed to his head,
screeching?
people can completely
Yeah,
dispute
you're a
this
good
through
boy.
evidence, although obviously this has no effect on Chance. Reality has no meaning to him. This is pretty much
No, I don't think it doesn't have I don't think it doesn't necessarily have meaning to him. I think it's that he just can't discern what is reality and what's fiction.
the last thing to have happened with Cyraxx, with him repeating over and over the same thing over and over again. A funny moment that happened in May of 2022 was that the Wilkins household received a wellness check from the trolls, with him finding this out live on stream. Now, this isn't really too interesting by itself, however at the end of the stream, Chance sharts, Ethan Ralph style, and thus has to end the stream really quickly.
And I'll be straight up honest. If I wanted to, I could delete this channel tomorrow and start a brand new channel. And within 2 months, hell, maybe even a few weeks, I can make a whole new channel and have well over 1,000 subs within minutes. And I've proven that I can
It's
do
funny.
that.
It's funny how it went from like 3 months to weeks to a few minutes, bro.
And I have done it.
Hi, buddy. Oh,
Oh shit, y'all guys, it's storming out. Gotta go. Love you guys.
shit is bad, bro.
The last piece of information that has come from the Cyraxx verse that really needs to be addressed is that the second Heather, the one notable for having the loving kiss with Chance, recently passed away, leaving yet another person in the Cyraxx verse to die, which is really strange, but it is what it is,
my
Tubes.
God.
I don't believe Chance has even really commented on this, despite it happening almost a month before the writing of the script happened, but as we know, their relationship just wasn't real, and neither of them actually cared about it. This is where this video will leave off. Cyraxx will repeat the same things over and over again,
Oh, man.
failing to succeed in any
Alright.
way, with it being well
I
known
wanted to
how
get
little
into the
money
new
Cyraxx
super
has
crazy
made.
video.
For a continuous viewer, or, well, at least for me, Cyraxx is an incredibly boring man on his own, with an incredibly dull cast of characters surrounding him. What really makes Cyraxx so interesting is Marty. This feud is so incredibly beautiful.
Here, Rudy G, what you doing, big dog? Did I save it? Oh, maybe I saved it in. Damn it, no. Stream discussion. Oh, I did. It is that one. Okay.
Even though people like to pretend like I do, I really don't. I don't really mention it that much. I just do this one segment, and then I move on. It's hilarious when I get comments like, you know, Phil, no one else on the internet talks about sponsorships and crowdfunding as much as you. I was like, so I talk about it one segment every podcast. And then
It's not one segment, bro. It isn't. Because you mention it like 6 to 7 times a stream, dude.
during a live stream, I'll just mention, hey, you can support if you can. Let's hit a goal or whatever. Maybe once a half an hour, if once an hour, during a 2-hour stream at night. So what are you talking about? That's the thing. You got to listen to the wrong people, and you think that that's all I do. I barely even mention it these days. I purposefully want to
No, you
keep
don't.
this out of the content. It's a necessary evil, right? I'm a crowdfunded individual. I don't make a lot of ad revenue. I don't get a lot of views on YouTube. I'm crowdfunded. Like I said, I'm a curator. I'm not really a content.
Then here's a funny fucking idea. Here's a funny idea. Every couple of weeks, shoot a random ass commercial, right? Just a funny commercial advertising your channel. Like 1 week, you could be playing a mobile game, and you could just have the camera come in and you could be like playing on your phone, right? And you could just be like, oh, hi, welcome to DSP Gaming, where we like to play games no matter what form they come in, be it long form RPGs, fighting game with fighting games, which I specialize in, story based narrative games, multiplayer shooting games, whatever you want as far as games, it's here. And if you feel so inclined, stop by a stream. But there's a 24-hour hold on it. So please, if you feel so inclined, check out my old content or subscribe and drop by tomorrow for your first comments on my stream. Bada boom, bada bing. You can just do an iteration of that every fucking week. You can have fun with it, and it's done. And then guess what? You could run it within your show as an actual fucking ad, and it could be funny, and it could be something you could do that would be fun and different, because nobody's fucking doing that. Maybe Angry Joe. Maybe. But nobody's shooting funny commercials for their streams. Nobody. But you could, and you could even play into it, right? You can, 1 week, you could be in Argentina, finding the people who are giving you the random messages or the random member bombs, right? And the best part of it, you could do it on a cheap green screen that you fall through. And you could be like, oh, god damn it, this green screen never worked out. You're referencing your history, you're making fun of detractors, you're making fun of people who are constantly attacking you for nothing. I mean, you have no brain, you have no creativity, bro.
Content creator, I'm a content curator. I'm making content specific to the audience that wants it, and people support it because of it. And I appreciate that people step up and support the content they love, right? That's why I'm still able to make a living.
No. When your audience is telling you stop asking us for money, guess what, bro? They don't want you to be asking them for
doing
money,
this, quite frankly.
right?
So I'm appreciative of everything I get, and I don't want to sit here and talk about it all day ad
No,
nauseum.
no, you're not appreciative of everything you get. You're not. Look at the way you treat Cat. Everything he gives you. Divorce yourself from the stream. What do you do for Cat that she doesn't do for you? Because you're not in that house cleaning up after her. You're not in there making the dinners for her, bro. You're there every day on stream. She's cooking for you. She's cleaning up for you. You have 1 day off a week. Why is it that she can only have a part-time job?
It bothers me. I just want to make content that you guys love and have a good time doing it.
The fact you give your wife such little agency in your relationship, seemingly from the encounters that we've seen recently, let me preface that, you're a piece of shit.
And that's it. That's what I'm all about, you know? But these idiots, of course, and have a
Let's
good
go
time
back.
doing it. And that's it. That's what I'm all about. It bothers me. Everything I get. And I don't want to sit here and talk about it all day ad nauseum. It bothers me. I just want to make content that you guys love and have a good time doing it. And that's it. That's what I'm all about, you know? But these idiots, of course, on the internet say otherwise. I just ignore them because it's not true. Everything they
You know, and I'm perfectly okay with making fun of Kat because at the end of the day, she's made her choices, right? But I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Who is the manipulator in the relationship? Because on face value, right? If you watch the way Phil talks over Kat, demeans her opinion, like attacks her like individualism, if you will, by refusing to allow her to answer simple fucking questions like what's your makeup regimen? He got mad and told them not to ask those questions because she's not going to answer those questions. I'm sorry, Phil. And this might come off as sexist, but women like makeup. Men usually don't. So, I mean, I understand it if it was you and they were asking just you and your wife wasn't there, you know? But your wife was there. People wanted to know about her, what her daily life is. What you didn't want is people asking her what her daily life was like and them learning that you're an absolute man baby who can't do any fucking thing for yourself. That's why you refuse to let her answer the questions truthfully and
Say it's full of
honestly.
shit, so I just ignore the nonsense now.
Bro,
All right,
you're the
so
full of
I was
shit
doing
one, my dude.
research for another video recently, and I came across that clip, and it gave me an idea for this video. Now, we all know DSP doesn't ask for support constantly, and that he definitely doesn't want to talk about it all day. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot troll from Argentina to think something like that. But since I'm obviously from Argentina, I went to PigPigGo and typed in a couple of variations of I'm not going to mention this all day. And to everyone's surprise, I'm sure, a bunch of results came up. So I figured I'd play a few clips.
Good lord. Look at that. Look at that. That is, you know in South Park when fucking they introduced Man Bear Pig? This is like his progenitor, Pigman.
At a time and then jump in
Pigman,
afterwards to
the
break them
roach
down.
dude.
Most of the clips are about money, but not all of them. A couple of them are just fucking
Bro.
ridiculous.
Oh, god damn it. See, this is what I'm talking about. What kind of sorcery happened here? Okay. If I could put my little hats back on, I'm gonna say that Philip is a domineering, controlling husband. He might not be physically aggressive with her, but he's certainly mentally manipulative. I'm sorry, in 5 years, 5, you don't go from what she is on the right to what she is on the left without some form of mental manipulation, some form of browbeating, if you will. I'm not saying he's like hitting her. I'm saying he's like she's like, "Oh, let's go to the gym." And he's like, "No, I don't want to do that. Let's go do this instead." Completely just like ignoring her opinion. Thank you. I appreciate the follow. But I think I might have forgot to put the audio on, so you might not have heard. But I appreciate the follow. But anyway, no, I really appreciate it. But how do you go from what she was on the right to what she is on the left? You know? And I'm not the best looker, you know? I'm not delusional about myself. But Kat used to be an attractive woman. I can't put it past her. She was comparatively an attractive woman to who she is now. And I'm gonna say it's either she let herself go or it's 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 mental manipulation and the refusal for Phil to do adult things. I don't know. Maybe I'm
But in that
speaking out of my
original clip,
ass, which
he
is
says
also
people are always
entirely
commenting
possible.
that no one else on the internet talks about sponsorships and crowdfunding as much as he does.
Nah, I gave my best example, my best ever like offer to Phil. start shooting your own commercials for your fucking streams, bro, and make them as bad as you can, make them as dumb as you can, and upload it. You could even just put it out as separate videos on your fucking channel, bro. You could have it as a header for your intro. I mean, you could get people in the community, whether or not you wanted to animate something for you. You can't tell me they wouldn't chomp at the bit to have something for you ready to go. Especially your dents, my guy. You're so unimaginative, so untalented.
He says that he brings it up usually once during his pre-stream, and then he'll maybe mention
Oh
it
my
once.
lord. See, 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 I think his father, I'm not gonna sit here and that is just fucking revolting. But I'm not gonna sit here and proclaim Josh's father to be like the best father. But compared to Sally, right? At least Josh's father acknowledges his mental faculties and got him the help to move past living in an attic. You know?
Per hour during his gameplay. And it's basically our fucking fault because we've somehow convinced everybody that he begs all the time. Well, I'm glad you said that, Phil, because I'm going to show you in this video how full of shit you are. He also threw in that he's a content curator, not a content creator, and that he makes his stuff for a group of people that want to watch what he does. Phil, you're essentially streaming for OIC. Yeah, there's a couple of other whales from time to time, but this guy is giving you so much money under so many names
There's no
in the
lies.
last 4 years. He might as well claim you as a fucking dependent on his taxes.
And this is why everybody loves Super Crazy. He spurgs a little bit, but he's always right. He comes with receipts, bro.
And quite frankly, I hope he gets fucked over on his taxes as well. But let's go ahead and
Oh
listen to
man. Speaking of taxes, bro, I did my taxes on Monday. I got my taxes on Friday last week. It was the fastest I've ever gotten my taxes. They must have looked over it, been like, "Yep, this shit's right," and sent me all my money.
the first two clips because we have a long way to go.
Yeah. DSP fan dude did a 100-bit cheer and he said, "Thanks for the money, dummies." Hashtag charity. A little spin on things that I say.
Okay, guys,
troll
I
cheer.
don't want to have to do this, but I need to support my family. So if you could.
And troll tips and stuff. In fact, I did get a troll tip and I'm not going to mention it. But anyway, yes, thank you, DSP fan dude. You gave to charity. Then DSP fan dude did another 100-bit cheer. He said, "How much have you
He gave to charity. Which charity did you give to, Phil? You? You fucking charity case.
donated to Harvey victims? Philip. Hashtag charity." I'll be real.
The best part about it is, I did my taxes. It didn't take me 3 days. I did it while drinking.
With you, nothing, because I don't have any money to donate right now. However, I have donated to charities in the past,
And that's
I
probably
plan to
why he
hopefully,
fucked up on his
be
taxes.
back on
Because he
my
was
feet
shit-faced
financially
drunk.
at some point in
Right?
my life.
More
I'll be
than
able to do so
likely.
in the future. The difference here is
I was
that
a little
I don't publicly speak
faded.
about it.
Not
Okay?
too
I don't.
drunk.
I've always
was
been of
more
the belief
high
that charity
than
is something
drunk.
to be kept to yourself because it's supposed to be a humble thing. If you're helping someone, you're helping them for the sake of helping, not to publicly display that you did
Nah. If I help somebody, I'm letting everybody know I help somebody.
something nice to make you look good. Charity should
no.
not benefit
Oh no, I did some charity so I could feel good about myself. And oh no, me feeling good about myself resulted in me, I don't know, posting something publicly about me doing something good. Oh no, the world is forever changed.
the
Said
person
no
who
one.
is giving the charity. That is my belief. May not be your belief, it's my belief, my personal belief. And therefore, that's
I
why
gotta
you've never
stop
heard
with
me
the stupid faces.
talk about charity or oh, this and that, and donate to this, and here I'm doing it or anything. No, I don't believe that.
Bro, I used to fucking love Destiny 2. But I don't know what they turned it into now. I can't get back into
All
it.
right. So there you go. Outside of all that, guys, the only other thing I have to say before we start getting to shout outs is if you really want to help me out the most right now, because I just mentioned a ridiculous amount of stuff, right? I mentioned Patreon, Teespring, cheering, subbing, tipping. The best way you can help me out in the short term is to tip me.
And there's something I really want to talk to Duty about. Like, did they seize his assets? Because if they didn't seize his assets, right? Like, by seize his assets, I mean like freeze his bank accounts. When he filed for bankruptcy, did they take all his money? Because I don't think they did. Because I believe that he entered into some sort of fucking payment plan, right? Or am I mixing up his taxes and his
Why? Well, right now, I'm in the middle of a pretty big
his
financial
bankruptcy?
problem. The problem is that in the month of July, YouTube disabled my advertisements for 3 weeks. I didn't do anything wrong to prompt this. They just did it internally because they're a bunch of fucking idiots, and they screwed everything up. And it took me 3 weeks to get them to stop dragging their feet, realize their mistake, and reverse their decision. That being said, when they did that, I had no money for 3 weeks coming in.
Anyone ever notice that every time DSP gets into an argument with somebody, there's always a magical third party that comes in and just ultimately sides with Phil? Says Phil was completely right about everything, and then the other party was completely wrong and should feel wrong or should feel bad for being
And
wrong.
normally I would be getting a paycheck around now from YouTube, and I didn't get it this month because they
I should
screwed
be
me
getting
over.
a paycheck.
That being said, I
No.
still have to pay my bills.
No, the government wanted part of your panhandling. It's like, oh, we're gonna let you get away with it, but we need a part of it. Just a little piece.
And the next payment I'm going to receive from anyone will be from Twitch, and that usually hits on the 15th or 16th of the month. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, I got to pay bills, but I'm not getting the money I should be have made, and it's YouTube's fault. So what you can do to help me is tip me. If you tip me right now, I will get that money immediately and be able to put it towards bills. So please consider.
Could you imagine if I just got on here one day and was like, "Oh, I can't pay my light bill. So, can I have everybody that clicks on this video just send me $1 so I could pay my bill?" First off, who the fuck would do that? Phil has done that. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, if I could borrow a line from Cyraxx. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil has actually done that multiple times. And not only has Phil done that about bills, Mr. Philly 2 Bills over here, he's also done it for groceries, tax payments, for Scopely, because he needed the Hulk Hogan JPEGs.
If you are going to contribute at all today and you have the ability to choose, please tip me. And you know,
Bro, if I have the ability to choose, I'm giving the money to like a hole in the ground.
looking forward to a positive stream. I'm not going to be mentioning this all day. That's the difference
I'd
between me
rather
and a lot of other streamers.
I'd rather go live in the forest. I'd rather empty my entire bank account, right? And go live in the forest and use all my money is like the dry kindling, right? And just burn it all and live in the woods and never come back before I would ever consider giving
They have clubs and
DarkSydeDrill
everything in
money.
between. I don't. I
Wait a minute. Was that Darkside? Oh, I thought that was Darkside Phil fighting Sauron. I was like, what the fuck?
during that day. All right. So you know, please
God, they really
consider
ruined
tipping
JoJo
me
like
and/or
that?
supporting in any other way, but tipping is the best way. And now let's get to shout outs.
In the first clip, somebody cheers and says, "Thanks for the money, dummies." And DSP says it's a play on something he says from time to time. Didn't he just say recently that he's never said that before? I could be wrong, but I thought I heard him say something like that. But then the same person cheers again and asks how much Phil has donated.
Bro, see what kind of voodoo black magic bullshit happened here? Like the chin is different, the cheek structure's different. The what the what happened here? And you know, you could say, "Oh, you're being mean." No, I'm genuinely fucking asking. What the fuck happened here? You know? I would want to be a fly on the wall just one single time. Just one time during their normal life. Just to see who the manipulator is. Because we see Phil looking sickly, like Cat's poisoning the food. Yeah, but we see Cat ballooning like the food's just fine. What's going on?
To
Yo, yo,
Harvey
yo, yo.
Weinstein's
You're okay,
victims,
big
and
dog. I'm right
DSP
here.
said, and
I know
DSP
you
says
had to.
nothing because he
Get
doesn't have any
super
money to
scared
give to charity.
sometimes.
Remember when his bankruptcy documents came
Oh
out?
Lord, look at that! Look at that! Dude's out here looking like rum ham mixed with Danny DeVito's penguin. Get the fuck out of my face. Out here looking like a busted ass Billy Joel. Fuck off, Phil. Out here looking like a fucking melted candle Tommy Dreamer. Get the fuck out of my face with your busted ass stone cold fucking mustache. Get out of here, bro.
Said he was
Fuck
averaging
out of
about
here. Oh my god,
$9,000
he's
per month,
ugly.
but he doesn't have any
Look at that fucking hook nose. Fuck. This is the hook shot extension that Link would get at the end of fucking Ocarina of Time, bro. You could use that shit to climb the fucking Great Wall of China. Look at that. You could use it to climb mountains, bro. You could use it to hang off a side of a building, like a fucking assassin from Assassin's Creed.
thing he can
Bro,
spare.
look,
And
wait. Let's go back. Hold up. Look at those dead eyes, bro. Look at those dead eyes. Uh, Look at those dead fucking eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those dead eyes. Soulless. No life in the iris at all. None. You know in anime when the character dies and their eye just goes like that one color of gray? Just exchange the one color of gray for whatever shit brown looking color that is, right?
about $9,000 per month, but he doesn't have anything he can spare. And remember the original clip. We're the ones that make it seem like he's begging all the time, and we take it out of context. Yet here he is in 2017 saying he can't give anything to charity because he doesn't have any money, and that he hopes to be back on his feet in the future so things can turn around for him. Well, how did that work out for you?
Bro, you eat like a fucking child. Does he not understand that when you eat something, let me be a fat man and explain to you how you're supposed to eat a fucking sandwich, right? It's left corner, right corner, right? You don't just eat the middle, Phil, you dipshit.
Phil. And then in the second clip, which is exactly 1 year later, he says he really needs your tips right now because
I mean, they were never in the same place at the same time. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
he's, quote, in a really big financial problem. And that financial problem
We
is that
already
YouTube
know he thinks
suspended
he's
his
M.
ads for
Bison.
3 weeks. Mind you, he was still live streaming this entire time. So it's not like he wasn't getting tips, his Patreon, his Teespring, and whatever the silent majority was sending him behind the scenes. No, it was YouTube's fault. And they absolutely ruined him because he didn't have ads for 3 weeks. So now he can't pay all his bills. I wonder what bills those could have been, Phil. And don't forget that Soulmate number 2 had already moved in at this point, and she had that totally real job that allowed her to transfer across the country, but yet they still can't afford everything. He then ends the clip by saying he's not like other streamers. They have plug segments and stuff,
Where'd you go, Billy?
and he just has one plug segment that he needs to get out of the way. Call me stupid, Phil, but those sound like the exact same things, you fucking idiot. Now get ready for this next clip. It's 5 minutes long, but there is so much gold dust in it, you would think you were back in the WW.
Bro, look at that. He's hardcore thinking, bro. Look at him. With his fucking Eddie Munster flat fucking eyebrow looking face. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Out here with that fucking JR sideways mouth. Oh my fucking god. Look at those soulless eyes. So dead eyes. Soulless like a zombie. Stuff.
UF.
And it's, you know what I mean? it's just going to balloon and let the idiots believe what they want. And I'm going to be here on my streams every day having fun, playing games. And by the way, it hasn't negatively affected anything if you guys aren't aware. Everything's been good. People have been showing up for streams and participating, and people have helped me out tremendously in the past couple weeks with contributions towards the tax situation and everything. So everything's been good. All right. So then, this particular week coming up, I mentioned a couple days ago that I was going to.
Man, I had a 10-hour fucking shift today. 10 fucking hours, bro.
Be doing a fundraising
Hard
stream on
manual
Saturday
warehouse labor.
because this is kind of like the last push to try to get people to pledge to my Patreon so we can hit the monthly goal for this month and so that we can do these Metal Gear Solid events in January. All right. I really need the support right now because I need these funds by the end of January to pay what this impending tax bill is. So I'm trying to motivate people to pledge to my Patreon. In particular, that's really what this event is for, to get people to pledge. All right. So that being said, all right, I announced this event immediately, of course. Oh, God, Phil's going to do a fundraiser. We don't want Phil to be successful. We don't want Phil to be able to pay his taxes. We want him to lose his house and all this. So let's see what's the next possible thing we can fucking do here. All right, let's see what we can do. So again, trying to make shit up. I saw things over the past couple of days. They really went in like hardcore. And I guess now they're posting on fucking things like, I don't even know. First of all, I don't even know what Kiwi Farms is. I'm just going to bring that up. I don't even know what it is. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what Kiwi Farms is. I'm gonna say it's like a Reddit type thing.
I guess it's supposed to be like a drama-esque forums somewhere. I have absolutely no idea where this is or what it is. All right. But apparently this person, this person who had this Twitter account claiming to be an escort is now posting up on some Kiwi Farms thread. I have all this information on Phil. Here's what we did during our time off or whatever, whatever. Stupid shit. So apparently there was a post. This is how stupid this is. All right, wait till you hear. You're not going to believe how stupid this is because I can't believe how stupid this is. It's just so dumb. Apparently there's a post from this person claiming that during the time when this escort was staying with me, she made me her homemade recipe of Dutch brownies. Okay. Whatever. I have someone who has been a longtime fan of mine and a supporter and a moderator as well on various different things like my forums or my stream chat and stuff like that over the years.
Well, this is a cohesive
this person
story, bro.
has helped me out tremendously. In fact, sometimes they go behind the scenes of stuff going on with these people who seek to hurt me and gets inside information. This is a person who I trusted over the years. They've helped me out tremendously. There's been a few times when they caught stuff going on either on my forums or in stream chat or behind the scenes with people who were trying to do nasty shit to me, and they've helped me out tremendously. All right. Somehow this person allowed themselves to get sucked into the black hole of drama and bullshit. Okay. I don't know why, but they did. And apparently they're actually starting to at least be skeptical of this person who's claiming they're an escort that came and visited me in early December. Now you might even say to yourself, well, why is it a big deal if Phil had an escort come and visit in December? Well, first of all, I'm against the practice. I've said this many times before. I've never in my life been a guy who's had an issue, with women. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to spend time with a woman, I have whatever you want to call it, whether it's charm or whatever, I'm able to get a woman.
No. You've only gotten 2 women in your entire life, homie, and both of them you got very young. And both of them you enticed with the fact that you were this big YouTuber. Both of them were your fucking fans, homie. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what it is. It's called money. Do you think Kat would have dumped Subaru, man, for your fucking melted candle body? I don't think so. Out here fucking looking like Clayface, bro.
Woman and spend time with her. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be, significant other, someone who I spend, a long relationship with. Those things come.
I'm really wanting to talk.
But I'm
fucking
saying I've
looking
never had
like
problem
great
with the
value
ladies, let's
Hagrid.
put it that way. I've never in my life paid for a woman. I never would. Now, I'm sure there's people out there who do. and everyone's going to have a different opinion, all right? For me, that's like ludicrous. That's actually against my personal philosophy.
Bitch,
I would
get out
rather
the
be
way.
alone. Seriously, I would rather be alone than pay for an escort. But the real reason why this is all controversial is because what the
Phil, my boy. You literally moved at across the fucking country, my guy. You literally escorted her to you, my guy. If you want to be technical and you want to be an asshole about it, which I do. I mean, you kind of paid Cat to fly over.
people who hate me are trying to spin this as is Phil doesn't have a tax situation. Phil doesn't owe taxes. Phil did not get screwed over by a tax attorney in Connecticut. He's literally making
Here's my opinion of what happened with Phil's tax attorney. Phil's tax attorney is like, I'm not licensed to do taxes in that state. Right? I don't necessarily understand all the things that go on in that state, so I couldn't do your taxes there. And Phil was more than likely, um, but you could still do it though, right? If I sent you all the information and then Phil only sent half of the shit that he needed and then refused to register his business as a business. And somehow, magically, somehow somebody found
it
out.
up. He owes money to an escort. All right. There you go. He's lying. So anytime that he's doing stuff to try to help himself, to help himself with the taxes, he's really raising money to pay the escort. All right, that's what the idiots are trying to spin all this as, even though it's literally 100% wrong. It's 100% fabricated.
So let me get this straight. You were flying a woman in from across the country for multiple staycations, and so you could run pignosis on her. I mean, let's keep it real. But the escort stuff and you paying for another woman wasn't true. They sound pretty similar to me. And then this dumbass says it's not true because if he wanted to get with a woman, he could do it pretty easily. He says that he has charm and that he's never really had a problem getting with the ladies. Is that why you had to drag an 18-year-old girl across the country away from her family while you were damn near 30? Is that why you had to get a female who was a fan of yours and supposedly in a relationship with another guy at the time? Is that what you call charm, Phil? Because I'd call that a desperate fucking guy who would take any woman as long as they're willing to cook and clean for him. But I guess we have different definitions of the word charm. But in the beginning of the clip, he says that he's going to have to hold a fundraiser for his tax problem. And that as soon as he announced it, all the fucking trolls came in and said, oh my god, another fundraiser. We don't want Phil to be successful. If you're having to do multiple fundraisers for yourself, I don't think you're very successful, buddy. Now, if you were holding a fundraiser for, let's say, charity,
But dude,
then, okay, maybe.
wait, super crazy. This is the most famous of all the fourth place Evo winners. Do you not know who this is? This is Darkside Phil, bro. This is the man, the myth, the legend that can't afford to buy groceries and play video games at the same time. This is the man that burst into tears because he was about to get his ass beat. This is the man that lost countless money matches in countless FGC tournaments. This is the man who went bankrupt buying action figures and sweaty JPEGs. This is the man that ripped off his friends for all they were worth. This is the man that somehow convinced an 18-year-old on their birthday to move in with him, but had no prior engagement with that 18-year-old before they turned 18. This is Dark Side Phil.
Maybe you could call that a success. But like you said earlier, you don't even have any money that you could give to a charity. In fact, you are the charity. What the fuck are you talking about? And like I've said before,
Come
I
on,
find
you
it funny
fat
that
log.
you can fly
Get
this
up here,
woman
buddy.
out multiple times and then eventually
on.
move her in with you. But at the same time, you have this huge tax problem and don't have any money for charity. Seems kind of Shawn Michaels to me, Phil. He then says he doesn't know what
You
Kiwi
give to
Farms is
charity,
or
huh, big
where
guy?
it's at. It's on
You
the
give to
fucking moon,
charity?
Phil. Go look for it,
No?
dipshit.
All right.
Aw, you're supposed to.
Outside of everything I just mentioned, guys, right now, being very honest with you, and I'm just going to mention this briefly because I don't want the whole stream to become about it. Financially, right now, I'm not doing well at all. In fact, a bunch of bills just cleared, and I'm almost 100% drained, and I got more bills coming up. I don't
Hold on,
get
I
paid
need
by
to press
Twitch
your
until the
button.
15th of the month.
Beep, boop,
All right?
boop, boop.
So right now, things are not
Are you
good
a robot
financially
now?
for me, and they're not going to be pretty tight for
Are
the
you
next
controlled by
week
the
and a half at
government?
least. And then, of course, the next couple of months, I'm trying to negate some
Hello?
annoying bad stuff
Is
that
there
happen.
government guys in there?
And it really sucks, and it's very annoying, but there's nothing
You're
I can
good
do
boy.
about it, all right? It's been
You're
your
good, dog.
tips
Wipe your mouth.
during streams in the last month that have kept
Wipe
me
your
afloat. If you
mouth.
guys
Got
haven't tipped me the way you
slobbers
did,
on
I
it.
would have been completely screwed financially.
You're
So
good,
you guys
dog.
are helping me get out of this situation, all right? That being said, the best way to support me right now is to tip me during a stream. Hilarious, huh? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, here we go again. So, you know, this is what the stuff that happens behind the scenes that you guys don't hear about. But this negatively affects me in a huge way. So now, somehow, this month, I need to make up for it on Twitch, right? On Twitch, I need to make up for the fact that YouTube is so far down that when I get paid by YouTube this month, I'm getting paid almost, way lower than what I usually get paid because those jackasses couldn't get any fucking ads for July. Like, that's my fucking fault. It's not, but I get punished for it. And this is why I can't make a living on.
Bro gets like 400 viewers. To put it in perspective, my videos, when they become VODs, most of my videos lately have been getting about 40 views, which isn't a lot, I'll say, but I mean I have like what 44 subscribers, so I mean it's kind of okay. But Bill, he has like what 14,000 subscribers in more than that, like 60 something, right? 100 something. Come on, he has to have a big number. I don't know specifically, obviously, but he barely gets like 400 or 200, 300 views on a video. That's just barely more than I do. It's like 3-4 times what I do.
On YouTube. Can you imagine people who are
I'm
still
bad
trying
at
to make
math
a
right
living
now,
just
guys.
on YouTube?
I've been
Like,
ripping this
that's
shit.
a nightmare, dude.
Oh my lord.
That's just nightmare fuel. Like, every day you could wake up and find out you made no money because these assholes couldn't do their fucking
Brains
jobs and
no
bring in
math
advertisers.
good.
That's terrible. So, I'm very, very happy that I am here as a live streamer and that this is what I do. All right, I love it. This is so much better than relying on YouTube. That being said, I rely on your contributions during streams because of things like this happening behind the scenes with YouTube. All right, so
Sorry, buddy.
if you love these daily live streams and if you love the fact that I still tough it out and upload the videos to YouTube every day, despite the fact that I go through all this shit, please consider contributing in one of the following ways.
Dude,
All
did you
right?
know that
I
you're a
appreciate all
better co-host
contributions.
than
Let's go ahead
Cat?
and talk a little bit about this.
You still
you
tough
know?
it out and go through all this shit. I don't know how.
Hold up. Let me ask you. Can I ask you a question? So, if I was to like order DoorDash, right, Peter? Hey, I'm asking you a question. If I was to order DoorDash, right, and it got lost in the neighborhood, would you go out there with a flashlight and try and find it? Or would you just go in the kitchen and make some eggs with cheese in it? Would that be what you would do? Just lay there if your answer's yes. See? Even my dog knows what to do.
How you do it, buddy. You might be, overall, one of the toughest men in the country. It doesn't make sense why you're crying on stream all the time, though. It doesn't add up. But in the first clip, he says, quote, financially, I'm not doing well at all. Phil,
Gotta
I
get
thought
up
you
the
only did a
wire,
plug
bud.
segment once during the pre-stream and mentioned it again like once per hour. I don't know, man. It seems like you've been feigning distress and crying poor for years, telling people your sob stories about how you can never afford all your bills. And if that's not bad enough,
Look at that.
while he's doing all that, He's talking about all the different ways you can give him money. His YouTube paycheck, his Twitch payment, Patreon, and
LTG.
of course tips. This is how dumb these people are. He's telling them all these sources of revenue, but yet he somehow doesn't have any money. And in the second clip, he's saying he couldn't imagine relying on YouTube in order to survive. He doesn't know how other people do it. Well, I'm glad you're back home on YouTube where you belong, Phil. Hopefully you're enjoying it here.
No, I never went to AA when I drank. It's Alcoholics Anonymous for those who don't know. I never went to that. Do I think my distractors today are worse than the
Did this
SOK?
bitch just call AA double A? Bro, it's AA, not double A. This guy is a functional retard. Peter, when you have too much to drink, right, and you need to go get help, where do you go? Do you go to double A or do you go to AA? Are they double A meetings or are they AA meetings? Say nothing if you just want to go to bed. Is that what you want to do? It's okay if that. Oh, you're just gonna stay on the stream? Okay.
I would say no. I would actually say the detractors today are not as bad. That in the past they were actually more malicious because they would actually actively try to destroy my business just for the sake of doing it. Like they would false copyright strikes. You know what I mean? Like really, really fucked up
Homeboy, you
stuff behind the scenes that
destroyed
I'm
your
not gonna
own
mention
business.
that just didn't make sense because it
You were
wasn't
begging
going
for
to
grocery
have
money.
any kind of an effect. They just wanted to hurt me completely. They wanted to destroy me as a human being. Today, the people who do stuff do it to make money.
What are you
right?
doing, dog?
All the popular guys who all they do is make fun of me. They do it for attention and to make money. That's the reason they do it because they fucking have no talent and they found out that being negative assholes on the internet can make money. So that's why it's that exists. But the SOK didn't make money doing it. They literally were so messed up in their heads. They had this weird cultish brainwashed mentality that doing what they were doing somehow had a positive impact on the planet. And it was just hilarious some of the shit that they did, right? Oh, we're gonna
anything about
do a drive to build a well over in like Africa or some shit. It's like, but you alone did 5 disgusting, malicious, insulting, illegal, slanderous things to Phil, but you built a well in Africa. So big deal. What you're doing is you're trying to justify your actually heinous, immoral, illegal actions, right? By going ahead and doing something completely unrelated, right? It's like crazy. It was like almost like they by doing this they could say you could just ignore all the nasty, crazy, insane shit we do because we put a well in Africa. It was just like, what? It's just so insane, dude. You know. I don't know. That's just nutty shit, dude. PW Dubs to me, can I get your autograph? I'm interested in it. I'd be willing to purchase it. I'm not trolling. No, right now I'm not doing autographs. The only time you can get my autograph is by chance if you just happen to encounter me in person and you have something on you want me to sign. But I don't do any autographs by mail, nothing like that. Sorry, I don't do that stuff. I'm a full-time streamer, and I don't have time for it. I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a time when I used to be able to take time off and meet and greets at conventions and shit, and I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to have you. Everybody disliked you. And instead of bringing you back for a shit show, they just decided to write your ass off and be like, he's worthless. And that's why you're mad. That's why you're angry. Because they think you're not worth it now. But anyway, guys, that's it for the smoke session today. I will probably be back tomorrow. We will go over some more lol cows, maybe even some king cobra. But if you enjoyed the show, or whatever the fuck this is, I thank you. Thanks for the follow. I didn't catch who the name was. But anyway, I appreciate it.